So if you look at the polling, and if you cared about democracy, you would, Americans say their top concerns are inflation, gas prices, the economy, no baby formula. No one in Washington seems interested in any of that. Instead, they're off onto something new, building new utopias in other countries around the world. Joe Biden was in Tokyo. Now he's suggesting that the United States could soon have a war with China.
Willing to get involved militarily to defend Taiwan if it comes to that?
Yes.
You are?
That's the commitment we made.
What? Even if you're a China hawk, we certainly are. War with China? Can we win a war with China with our current military? I mean, let's be honest. So the White House tried to walk those comments back. This is a long-standing pattern of the guy just going off. President of the United States, by the way, this is the third time at least that Biden has threatened to wage war against China. He's also constantly threatening to wage war against Russia, which we're now doing. So Elbridge Colby is a former Trump administration DOD official. He's also a defense and foreign policy expert who's been very tough on China in his writings over the years. So we thought it'd be worth asking what he thinks of this. Bridge Colby, thanks so much for coming on. So we have this longstanding policy of not saying certain things out loud, strategic ambiguity. What do you make of the president violating that today?
Well, I think it's a mistake, Tucker. I mean, I think we should defend Taiwan, but there's a reason that we speak quietly about this. I mean, the old policy is, speak softly but carry a big stick. And as you suggest, we kind of lack the big stick, and the president was sort of blithely bringing it up. And, you don't poke the dragon, if you will, when you're not quite ready. And that's unfortunately the situation we're in right now.
I mean, well, it does seem, considering that, all network servers are all made in China, right, by a Chinese government-controlled company. Like, to what extent could China just, shut the United States down? I mean, we're dependent on them for virtually everything. We don't even have vitamin C made domestically. Like, why would you talk like this right now?
Well, exactly. I mean, we should be focusing on getting ready. I mean, I think stepping back a bit, Tucker, I mean, if we're serious about this, and we should be, the president himself said that Asia is going to be the most important theater of the world, the most economy of the world. Are we acting like a nation that's getting ready, that could possibly have a war with China in a few years? Exactly, I mean, that's a real thing. And tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of Americans, both combat forces and civilians, could die. And my question is, why isn't everybody, Democrats and Republicans, acting like that's a real possibility instead of, say, high-fiving over sending $40 billion to Ukraine? As you know, I'm in favor of supporting the Ukrainians, but we are on the verge of a superpower war. Are we acting like it? I don't think so.
I just talked to someone who's active duty yesterday who said, every meeting he has with the commanding officer is about politics and DEI, and, it's wildly politicized. Is anybody who's in favor of prosecuting these brand new wars, thinking about the readiness of the United States military?
Look, there are a lot of great people in the military. I'm as concerned as you are about this, the politicization and the faddishness, and that does have a very real impact on our military readiness, no question. But look, I mean, the Chinese, on their end, I mean, the recent news reporting is that they're banning Chinese Communist Party members, basically the elites of China, from having assets abroad. Apparently, they're cutting up people's passports who are trying to leave China, even on just visits. What does that suggest? That suggests to me a country that's getting ready. We should be getting ready, and nothing else should be going on in our military. Basically, if you're not working on this problem with all of your heart and might, and that's military officers, but it's also the civilians and the political leaders who are responsible for them. And that's the real question I have, is instead of blithely mouthing off about, oh, yeah, we made that commitment, let's get real and do it.
I think you're exactly right. To
deter it, Tucker, to deter it, to avoid the war. That's the point.
Of course. And if your military is not a pure meritocracy, you are not ready, period.
Right.
I would argue. Elbridge Colby, great to see you tonight. Thank you.